I know that I was in minus. Like people say how to start from zero. I say how to start from minus when you are not able to understand. So like let me tell you, I when I was in Navodaya, how I used to mug up the answers. That day I thought, last exam of the 12th, the English, I thought like from now onwards I'm not going to touch English at all because that's not for me. That's not my cup of tea and I never ever understood it. Yeah, so that time it sounded something else to my ear and that made me to fall in love with the language. Like I was totally lost in 2020 when I came from JNU. I started preparing for banking. I didn't have any way or like trajectory to go or follow. Later, just I don't know from where, how just came into my mind to just
Tell me a bit about your hindrances or difficulties that really was difficult to overcome.
it was too difficult. I had the belief first that this is not for me. I'll never ever would be able to speak this language. Speak is like far away from me. I was even not sure that I would be able to read or write or understand the language. Like we are crazy kind of people. So
So, hi Rajni, welcome to my channel. So, first of all, thank you very much for having on my channel and tell me how are you doing?
hello, Anand. Good morning. And yes, I'm doing fabulous. Thank you so much for inviting me on your YouTube channel. I'm super excited and glad to talk to you today.
You are first time on my channel, so please introduce yourself to my audience.
Sure, I would love to. It's my honor that I'm on your channel as you are very popular already.
It's my
So
pleasure to, yeah.
okay. So as you can see on screen, my name is Rajni Verma. I'm from Shri Ganganagar, Rajasthan. When it comes to my qualification, I have done my graduation only in Korean language from JNU New Delhi, and currently I am working independently and I run a YouTube channel which is Try to Thrive. And if I talk about my hobbies, I love reading books, talking to people, and watching movies sometimes. Yeah, that's all.
Wow, great, yeah. So, Rajni, let's go ahead. I want to know, first of all, about your English journey. Like, how did you start speaking English? Were you in English medium school, or how did this journey begin?
That's fantastic that you want to know about my English journey, which is not, I think, inspiring it is, but that was not easy. It was always very tough for me. And first, if I talk about my school and background, I was in Navodaya, so it is called an English medium. But since till fifth standard, I was in a school right here in my village itself. So we didn't have even subject properly. We were not taught subject properly. So forget about the speaking and all. We
Mhm.
used to call English Angreji. Like in Hindi, we used to call
Great.
Angreji. Yeah, so I used to
Yeah.
call and I used to say my father if I need any notebook of English, I used to say like Angreji ki copy la dena kind of thing. So we didn't have
Mhm.
any environment at all. So when I went to Navodaya, so it was really difficult for me to read and learn and say everything and write everything in English. So from seventh standard, every subject was in English except Hindi and I think social science. But I was not able to understand anything. And because of the peer pressure, because of the teachers, new environment, and as I am very introvert, like that time I was very shy, very introvert. I didn't have always the courage to ask questions. And if I have any doubt, to ask, go to the teacher and all. And my father used to get this complaint always from my teachers that she doesn't speak in the class, she doesn't ask, she doesn't answer, because I was very kind, like when you come from a village and you go in that kind of environment, it's always like you feel less or timid in yourself. So at the same time I didn't know anything in English, I was not able to read. So in the class itself, when it is English class, I used to pray to God that please save me, that teacher should not ask me to stand up and read the
Oh gosh.
chapter. That much difficult for me. But somehow I managed like reading and all. And always it was embarrassing for me. I always faced that issues. So till 10th standard, I somehow just passed the every subject like science, maths, all were in English. And till 12th, it was only English subject, like in 11th and 12th. And because of that, in 11th, I quit the idea of picking that science. I was interested in biology, in medical, but because of English, I just gave up the idea. Then I picked, reluctantly, I picked that arts for 11th and 12th, and only English subject was there. Somehow I managed to just mug up up all the answers and passed 12th. And that day I thought, last exam of the 12th, the English, I thought like from now onwards, I'm not going to touch English at all because that's not for me. That's not my cup of tea. And I never ever understood it. But the thing is, like, there was a teacher of physics. She was very good at English, but she was not speaking like, normally English. But whenever she got angry, she used to speak English
Okay.
with students. So
Great
that time,
criteria. Yeah.
yeah, so that time it sounded something else to my ear, and that made me to fall in love with the language. Like from there, I didn't know this is a language. Like I was not aware of. I was like, taught as a subject, so I knew only this is a subject. Yeah, but that sounded something good to me. That was the only thing. Later, then after 12th, I thought I'll not do anything in English. So let me try something different, something unique, because I was not even interested in arts too. It was just reluctant option that I took. So I thought to explore other fields, and I choose to do my graduation in Korean. And luckily, I got admission too in Korean language. From there, I got this again. Like teacher started teaching Korean, but giving all the
Mhm.
words, meanings, and translations in English. So from there, English was again like this. It started learning words first, then my, because of when you know the meanings of the words, you become very good at understanding. After understanding, I
Mhm.
switched to the listening part a lot. I listened to people a lot, and later in 2022 I started speaking. From there I got to know like how much I can speak, how many mistakes I make, and what are the areas I need to improve. And according to the requirements, I started taking the actions. Like this it is going.
Wow, this is a really inspiring journey. Just within 2 years, I think, yeah, it has been 2 years, right? So
Yeah.
you are speaking such a good English, and great. So you come from village, right? So that's
Hmm.
lots of learners can relate. Like if we come from village, we just think, yes, we can speak English, we can do it.
Hmm.
But man, you can do it. Yeah. And yeah, once
Absolutely.
you find a purpose and goal, you can achieve anything. So, Rajni, you
Hmm.
told me about your Korean language. Like, do you speak Korean fluent? You are, or just you learned reading, writing, or you are a speaker of Korean language?
Right now, I'm not able to speak Korean language at all. To be honest, it's been, I think, in 2020 I stopped everything in Korean. So since then, it's been now 4 years. So you can understand. Even you stop speaking English, reading English, in just 1 year you will feel where you go, right? So in just 4 years, the
Yeah.
third language, it's always difficult. So I forgot a lot of things in Korean, but when I was there in CUJ, Jharkhand, from Jharkhand, I started my graduation. So for 2 years, I was there, I did, and then I gave the entrance examination for JNU. So there, I gave the written examination in Korean, and then the interview was also in Korean in order to check my language proficiency, so they can just get the admission, give the admission to us. And I was able to do that. Even when I left JNU later, when my seniors, my juniors, and everybody got to know, like, okay, she left JNU, she just disappeared, like suddenly. Then they started saying, then they
Mhm.
started messaging, like, you were very good at Korean, Rajni. Why did you do that? You were very good at Korean. Why? Like that kind of compliments I got. So I think I was very good. Even professors also told me always, like, you are very good at Korean, but not English. Like at the same time, they are giving me the compliment, and embarrassing moment was at the same time. I used to face that because of English. So I was very good, more than English even. But because I stopped, so now I'm not able to speak it at all, and I don't have the environment.
So, when did your curiosity change from learning Korean to English? Why did you learn
Uh,
Korean and you picked up English?
Korean, I think my bad luck or maybe good luck. I don't know. I didn't give much thought to it. Something just happened and I accepted.
Happened.
I didn't even
Okay.
recognize that what happened to me. Later, after 2 to 3 months, I was in depression. I was like, what happened to me? Like, what terrible thing happened to me? And I didn't know why it happened. And I believe in the universe. So sometimes I think like it
Things
was
happen both ways.
pre-decided, I guess. Yeah. And because of that, I was totally lost in 2020 when I came from JNU. I started preparing for banking. I didn't have any way or like trajectory to go or follow. Later, just I don't know from where, how just came into my mind to just focus on my communication skills and English. This is something inspires me. This is something fascinates me a lot. So I started in my free time, I started doing it, like listening to more people, listening to conversations. And that interest, I guess, improved over time. And then I picked that.
So, yeah, great. Even you prepared for banking examinations, right? Now you left,
Mm.
still you are preparing.
out of blue.
Now, still you are preparing for any government examination or you left?
Yeah, I left it entirely. I don't have anything in my mind related to government jobs at all. I just want to pursue in this career. In future, like I want to be a podcaster or maybe an influencer who can inspire women especially. I am very much into that category. Like I want to empower that community who are already married and have dreams and want to do something. So I think this language can help them somewhere. So that's what my dream is now.
We need to learn English. There is no question
Absolutely.
about it. Everywhere,
Hmm.
in every aspect of life, whether you want to be self-employed or you want to be hired, I think everyone
Even
needs to learn.
homemakers
Mhm.
also, like they need to go to attend the meetings of their kids school, so they have to interact with people or with teachers especially in English. So every single one needs to be very good at English. So I think that's great, that if and I feel like women are able to connect to me very easily. I have a group where female group, and they trust me and they connect to me. So in the writing group also, all are right now in the writing group, so they feel connected and they feel motivated whenever they connect to me. So I think somewhere I have that potential to, I think, add values in their life.
Great, great. I can see you are adding values. Yeah, just I've gone through your videos on YouTube channel. They're amazing. So I can see it like
Thank
you're
you.
doing a great for English learners. So I want to know a little bit about the difficulties or challenges that you have faced during this journey. Because when we speak English, people think, yes, yeah, it came out of sudden, but you know how
Hmm.
much hard work we have to put right. So tell me a bit about your hindrances or difficulties that really was difficult to overcome for you. There was any difficulty, or just you crossed this road smoothly?
No, not at all. It was too difficult. I had the belief first that this is not for me. I'll never ever would be able to speak this language. Speak is like far away from me. I was even not sure that I would be able to read or write or understand the language. Like that. I know that I was in minus. Like people say how to start from zero. I say how to start from minus when you are not able
I
to
know.
understand. So like let me tell you, I when I was in Navodaya, how I used to
Mhm.
mug up the answers. Like the answer is given in the guide. I used to write down the answer in Hindi, how we write the messages on WhatsApp in Hindi now, right? So every line I used to write down in my rough notebook in Hindi, and I used to mug up. So you can understand I was not able to understand it is this or here he is going. Nothing. So I was in minus, bro. Like it's really a big thing for me. So it was really challenging, difficult. Now people feel like I'm able to speak effortlessly. How did I do? I know how much efforts I usually put in it. So it took, like, it is only 2 years. It's been only 2 years that I've been speaking the language, doing the speaking practice. But before that, I guess when I started my graduation in 2015, so from 15 to 22 was working on understanding part, and this huge thing. When I was learning Korean, I was just working on the unknowingly, I was learning words. So
Mhm.
somewhere my subconscious was able to understand the basic words. Like when I started learning Korean, we were not learning the higher words. We started from cat, dog, here, there, go, come. Simultaneously, I was learning from basic English, like basic words,
Great.
right?
Mhm.
Then I in Korean also, like basic sentences I started learning. I am eating, I am sleeping, or I am this, my name is this, I am going. Very basic. Similar translations I started writing down in English. So from basic I started building the understanding. So you can see how much time it takes and how difficult it was. And later, after doing that, like I was able to just write the examinations and started understanding the language, but didn't have the courage to speak, because since childhood, if you are not able to understand, then you don't have the confidence to speak. You will always doubt yourself that, okay, if I'll open my mouth, I'll make mistakes or people will judge me, right? In JNU, there is the kind of environment where everybody speaks English. But if a person who comes from a village and kind of a background where he was not able to understand, it's really challenging to open up. And that is why I was not able to make many friends in the college. So many professors, scolded me a lot because of English. And I know how difficult it was me to bear and tolerate that embarrassing moments in front of 40 students. I got these things like if the professor asked the meaning of the word, I was not able to give. If the professor asked a question in English, I was not able to understand the. So it was always difficult. And those things, those embarrassing moments made me to just start reading a lot or start listening a lot to people. I didn't have the even ideas, even the, tips and tricks how to master it. And back then I remember in 2018-19 there were not like kind of conversational videos available or this kind of English available. Only few like speeches or a few speeches I remember I started watching a lot, started repeating, but still I was not able to get how to speak, still not. And even I had this much fear that I didn't even ask my friends or anyone that I don't know English and please help me. I didn't have that courage to. I know they will judge.
Oh.
I know they know that I don't know. Still, I didn't have that.
Mhm.
How to ask them that how can I master it? How can I do it? And then I did the listening practice a lot. When I was doing the listening practice, I was always frustrated because initially you don't understand everything in English. So that was again a hindrance.
Right.
So like when you start listening, do you do for 7 days and then you stop. Then again you started and then you after 10 days you stop. So that was happening to me too. So it took a lot of time to build this habit of listening. Later, when I started speaking, I got to know I make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes whatever I feel, I am not able to deliver it properly. So that time also,
Right.
I faced a lot of difficulties like grammatical errors. I am making a lot, and then I am fumbling. I am not getting the words properly, or I don't know how to, structure a sentence properly, or how to put the words also in the proper way. So that all were the difficulties. But the good part is that I started with clapping or tutors. So somewhere tutors helped me and guided me where I need to put efforts and what are the areas I need to focus more. And the best part again about me that I took that feedback very seriously because it's been long time then I was suffering from this. Since school I was
Mhm.
suffering a lot. So I was very serious about it. Now it depends on the person that how much he suffered already and how much serious he is about the language. So it is about the
Right.
need, why and everything. So in my life too much embarrassing moments were there, too much things had already happened to me, and those things pushed me to just take it seriously, take the feedback seriously and put efforts in. And then I started doing the reading practice a lot and listening for hours and hours. I remember highest I think I 12 hours I listened to people in a day. So that's how I did.
8 10 hours. 8 to 10 hours.
12
Wow.
12 hours.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
it is difficult. Last time when I was on your channel, you told me like you just heard one advice from Hazel, English tutor, that one should read out loud to improve their pronunciation, lots of other stuffs in English. And
Hmm.
you are putting 2 hours every day. So I was amazed how much amount of work you put there, how much hardworking you are for your English. There are so many learners. Like, yeah, you told about your journey too. Like, you started for a few weeks, then you left or gave up. Again, you started, and in this phase journey you started. So there would be so many learners here. They would be listening the same story. Like, they also do the same thing. Like, they start for a few days.
Hmm.
After a few days, they feel really great, and
Hmm.
after a couple of weeks, they do not feel like they have improved, and they again give up.
Hmm.
So, how to be motivated? How to keep it on? How to get rid of this hindrance? Like you told, we need to first make a foundation, and English takes a lot of time to make a foundation first. Like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
how to overcome these challenges?
As I earlier mentioned, that your reasons, your why should be strong enough to then your excuses. Like making excuses, it very easy, and our mind is like monkey mind. It can switch anytime. It can tell you that I'm bored of this. I cannot read anymore. I cannot listen to people anymore. I cannot tolerate English anymore. So after 1 week, we quit, and it is pretty inevitable. Like some people, have that kind of notion too that okay, it is happening to me only. No, it happens with every single one. You can also resonate with it. It must have
Yes.
happened to you too, right? So
Yeah,
it
of course
happens
it
with
does.
everyone. First you need to understand that it is inevitable, and English is somewhere like you are not very friendly to it, so it will be boring for you after a certain period of time. Sometime you can force, but after some time you will feel bored. You will find something which is interesting to you, and your mind will force you to switch to something else, and there you have to resist it, and there you have to make sure a clear thing in front of you, like why you want to learn the language, and that will motivate you. And sometimes if there is a week, like you have been doing the practice for a week and you want to take a break, take only 1 day break, not more than that, because it's always difficult to come on the track again. It was, and even when you are putting efforts for like a 1 month too, still if you take a gap of 1 week, you will feel a huge plunge in your speaking. I have experienced it. Like after practicing even 3 months on clapping, I remember I stopped taking sessions, and just 1 month I started feeling the same. Like I don't know English. So it takes
Right.
time
It
to
happens.
naturally for building it naturally. It really takes time. So for 3 months I talked to the tutors, but after 3 months, after completing that, after 1 month I was talking but not that much, but I felt that. So then I got the idea is keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep reading. And we have to force. Anyhow, there isn't any other way. In order to be consistent, you have to force yourself. If you want to take
Oh,
break,
sure.
just take break, but have that, self talk to yourself why you want to learn. Another thing, I feel that because in my mind, in front of me, there wasn't any other option. If people have
Right.
option, they will switch. If you don't have
You
option, he will not switch.
you
That's
have to
true.
stick to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
that depends on person to person situation too. Like I didn't have, I know that this is what I have to do. So that is why also I was able to motivate myself and stick to the same routine.
I can see, like, and you made it now, right? So you
Yeah.
are inspiration for lots of learners who are watching us here. So I have gone through the comment sections, and there are lots of learners who doesn't know how to go with how to what the way should be, right? So by sharing the experience or like whatever experience you have faced in your journey can really help them if they are going to apply it. Without applying, I don't feel like they can change any situation. But if they are gonna even take a one advice seriously, I think
Hmm.
it can pave the way for their future of English, right? So it's up to them. How did you start your YouTube channel? What came in your mind to start a YouTube channel? What was the reason behind?
Not reason, as I'm very curious already to learn new things, try new things, always hunt for something which can change me a bit and which can help me grow. At the same time, I didn't have the path or wasn't sure about the government job and all. But somewhere I used to watch some YouTubers, and later I got to know about Manoj Dev. I think I have shared
Yeah.
already, or maybe you know about him. So from there, not only I, my brother and I both were inspired when I was preparing for banking. We used to talk about these people, like how he started, how he did, what he is
I
doing.
know
Like
this guy.
yeah.
Mhm.
And at that time, my brother and I was at the same position. He was doing only he was, I think, only in 12th standard that time. But the thing is, like lockdown in 2020, I started preparing, like the lockdown. So we were at home. We both were in the same room every single day. So we used to talk a
Mhm.
lot to each other, and we used to watch similar kind of videos. I used to watch even English videos too. He was not into that. He was into the stock market, trading, and all. He used to watch those videos. At the same time, we used to watch some YouTubers and observe these things. And he shared about Manoj Day and all other people, like how they are doing. And he was interested to do a YouTube channel. He told me, but he has a kind of, camera fear. So he told me to start. You should start the. Huh? So, but I asked him that I have to prepare for that. I don't have much time, and then I encouraged him to start. At the same time, we were watching Sandeep Maheshwari sir's videos a lot, and that time he used to upload the brainstorming thing. So we were very curious to do the brainstorming. So we used to do at home, my brother
Okay.
and I, that especially related to career, because we both were kind of people who want to pursue something different, some different path. Like still also we want, like he is in that field in stock market and I am in this. We didn't have kind
Right.
of mindset to go in the government job, and that is why he used to discourage me for banking. Like he put his 100% to discourage me to quit the banking preparation. I don't know why he wanted me to quit the preparation and do something. Like he knew that we have something, right? So I encouraged him to start a YouTube channel. He started, that was going good, but then as he was very camera shy, so he didn't show his face at all, and later he quit. And
Oh,
then he encouraged me to do something and start something, but at that time I refused that I will do after cracking the examination or after getting a post somewhere, because at that time I was not sure about the niche, like what should I talk on camera, what should I share. I was not very good at English. Later I started, right? So English was not option. Other than that, I was not very good at fashion and all those things too. Again, so I cannot do that too. So what should I do? And I'm from a village, so where I should go? And if I think to make vlogs, then again I didn't have options. So I was like, let me just crack something and I'll start guiding people in that field itself. That was the idea. But later I quit the idea of preparing even itself. So that is again. But then I started learning the language then again this thought came to my mind, because at the same time I used to watch videos, conversational videos. So I just randomly thought to just share my journey. Like people will learn from it, or
Yeah.
otherwise at least I will be able to see like how am I improving, or I'll be able to watch my videos. So randomly I started. The thought was in my mind, I'll do something on YouTube, but not this, like do something in English. But accidentally I did in this niche itself. Was totally, I can say, fortunate or maybe decided by the universe.
Wow, yeah, you believe in it. So, yeah, you can say because universe is alive and energy always flows one direction to other. So I think, yeah,
Yeah.
universe would have decided.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I strongly believe in it.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's a really inspiring journey so far, like the way you have overcome all the hindrances and challenges as far as English learning is concerned. Okay, so now my question was, what was the video that was your first video? Like, what was your first video? How did you made it? Like, how did you gather up that courage to come in front of camera? Because lots of people are really scared of, facing camera. I remember I can recall that moment myself, how scared I was. So how did you overcome and how did you think of it? Yeah, tell me a little bit.
Facing camera was not difficult for me. Only content, like what should I say, what should I
Wow.
share, that was problem for me. Otherwise, I'm very good at in front of camera. Like I can do that. It is difficult for me in front of people, not in front of camera. So I can talk to myself a lot.
Okay.
I can talk in front of camera a lot. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. But sometimes what happens, like we think a lot before speaking anything. So
Hmm.
as far as English is concerned, you do not know English and you are trying to make a content in English. It is also very courageous step. Like that's what I
Hmm.
asked. How did you take this step, right?
Okay.
Because it is courageous step to, without knowing the English, you are trying to express yourself in front of camera, right? That's what it is.
Initially, yes, yes. When I started talking to tutors, and I used to make a lot of mistakes. But somehow I, like during pandemic, when we used to watch videos, do the brainstorming, we both have built that kind of mindset. Like we don't now get affected by others' opinion, what people think of us. That is why I was able to quit preparation, right? And that is why he was able to do that. I want to go in this field, because many family member, people around us were also saying the same thing, why they are not preparing, why they are. But we both simultaneously, like together, we built this mindset that no more like anyone can affect us. No. So
Right.
now I was ready to show my flaws. I was ready to show my mistakes. I was ready to accept anything. I was ready with anything. Like if I get the comments like, oh, your English is bad, you are making mistakes, this, that, whatever people will think, let them think. And this is the
Let
right
them
to
think.
improve. So this mindset, when I came on YouTube for the very first time, I had this kind of mindset, because in real life also, one or the other, you will get something negative. You cannot satisfy people. No.
Yeah.
And this mindset I had, like I will not be able to satisfy people, but person who will come to learn on my video, on my YouTube channel, will learn, or a person who will come to judge me will judge. It's up to them. So let them do what they want, but I should just focus on my journey. So like this, with that kind of mindset I started. So that is why I was able to upload that even with a lot of mistakes.
Okay, I appreciate your mindset, and it is tough sometimes to mold that kind of mindset. But if you have made it,
It is.
that's great. And I think everybody who wants to overcome these challenges, and they will have to face somewhere these difficulties, and they
Of
need to prepare
course.
themselves to overcome all these hindrances. Whether somebody is mocking at you, commenting negatively, just you have to feel positive within yourself. You need to know your goal, and just you have to work on it.
Everything
You
is a
talked
part
about your
of life,
brother.
even negativity, positivity, a lot. Everything is a part, just pass it and go beyond.
You talked about your brother stays in a stock market, right? So I have also tried a stock market because I
Hmm.
have been thinking so far in my life, right? So I'm not a trader. I never traded in a stock market, but I'm an investor
Hmm.
since last 3 years now, right? So I know this is a difficult journey to keep up with the stocks when prices are going high and low. So
Yeah.
how the brother keep up with? How he hold his nerves, right? Or still he's learning, or is he doing good there?
Now he's doing great. Because I remember during lockdown, he used to sit, open the laptop screens in front of him. He used to sit for many hours. Every one of his friends, like from village, used to ask like where he is these days, where what he's doing all the time in his one room just. But I used to watch a lot, like we were not able to understand what the charts are. Like he used to observe thoroughly sitting there. Even he made a notebook like diary. He used to make all those charts, small points. He used to explain to me too. I
Yeah,
was not able to understand. Later he took the printouts of those charts and pasted in room. Like we are crazy kind of people, so pasted those
yeah, I would
charts
say it's
everywhere in the
perpetuating.
room. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
perpetuating.
that he did a lot for 2 years here. Then he went to the city. He met people. Luckily, he got very great friends now, great people in this field itself. Then initially it was difficult. And initially he lost money. Even he was even depressed. Like, and then started doubting like whether I'm doing it right or wrong, whether I will be able to do it or not. So then later, gradually, like-minded people. He met like-minded people, people who are in the same field, have done a lot. And then he met a lot of people through Telegram also. He then took a course seriously that I should seriously study about it from an expert. So he started from learning from there too. And then later, I think happened a lot of things. Once only he lost that. Later, I think if he lost ever, he wouldn't discuss about the loss at all. I think because yeah, everybody will in the family will get depressed because of it. So maybe he
Exactly.
just manages somehow. But as I can see right now, he's doing great. So a lot of things, and I know he talks about that, like mindset, mentality, the feelings, the nervousness. A lot of things matters a lot when you are doing the trading. You have to be really calm, really like all those things he shared. So yeah, it's a bit challenging.
Yeah, it's very challenging because I am investor, so I know how challenging it is to when the price of a stock goes
Hmm.
up. I want to sell it. I have to control myself. Right when it goes down, I even want to sell it again because I'm losing money. So yeah, it's a very challenging work, and he is doing every day. I'm not doing every day. Like I am long-term investor, so I look for opportunity to buy and sell. Right, but
Hmm.
he does every day. So,
Yes, he
next
is
question,
entirely
like
into it.
how, yeah,
Yeah.
how much satisfied you are with your work on YouTube, or like you are quite a big influencer now on YouTube, I can say. You're doing great work there.
I am satisfied with my work right now. Cannot say about YouTube much because I don't know. There is no limit you can go beyond. Whatever is happening right now is great. In terms of my personal work and the potential I have or I can do is yet a lot, I think, that I need to do. I am happy, content with whatever I do, but I have that kind of feeling that I have, I think, a lot of potential to do. So I should work a little more harder or a little more every single day. That's what I am feeling every single day nowadays. I don't know why, because some things are in my mind that I'm not doing, but I can do. So I think I'm satisfied with the YouTube, but I want to grow on YouTube. I want to build a big community like like everyone wants on YouTube. And later, like the idea is a bit different, that I want to be a podcaster. So definitely, as a person, also I want to learn a lot, improve a lot, and then like I want to be the podcaster. So in that way, I want to really want to grow on YouTube. But satisfied with the current situation, current scenario, going to hit 50K. So I'm happy today. Maybe today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope that you hit it right now, okay, today. I had watched my video that had been uploaded on your channel. So I saw you around 40 that. Okay, so you're growing really fast. So I hope that, yeah, you can achieve it
Touch
soon.
wood. I think maybe today or tomorrow I'll hit 50K, and I've been waiting for so long that 50K. Even always, my brother is always super excited than anyone in this world for me.
How
He's
much
super
excited
excited
you are?
already. I am happy to achieve that because we have been waiting for this for so long, even for 50K. So I am excited. But more than my brother, and I think people who love me a lot, they are like, they want to see 100K and they are super excited. Even my editor, he made the post of 500K, like 5 lakhs of subscribers and happy moment and all. He does those things for me. So everybody who is working with me or everybody who loves me in the family or friends, they are excited for me to just grow fast and just
No, no,
achieve all those
you
things.
would go in millions, don't worry. But I was talking about this moment, right? Because 50K
it's a great milestone. I remember my journey, so yes, it is really great milestone.
I'm super happy for
And
that.
I'm
Yeah.
hopeful that you will go to millions soon. Yeah. So yeah, it was really great talking with you, Rajni, here on my channel, and uh, I would love to see you on my channel again in future. So you are really doing amazing job. Keep doing it. Thank you very much for being with me on my channel here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Likewise. And yes, it's my honor that you are going to feature me on your YouTube channel. And I hope people will
It will.
love watching me on your YouTube channel. They will be happy. I hope that they show some love and courage.
I'm pleased. I'm pleased. There surely will be, and it's my pleasure that you are here.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Same here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So bye.
Bye. Have a great day ahead.
Same to you. Bye.
Thank you.